有没有虫的，有虫我就不种了。他说哦，这个是没有虫的，在室内的，那我们就开始种菜了。然后开始的时候，我在台湾，他们教啊，只是只教一种而已，只教一种菜。那回来之后，我们就自己变啊，自己就在那边试啊，试大概有1年多的时间。我们在那边试，就种很多不同的菜。每次可以了，我就种别的，可以了我就种别的。然后知道了，我们去年我们把它知道，我们才开始卖咯。挑战就是说，因为我不是农夫好像，所以开始的时候对这些菜要怎么种植，我是不了解，就慢慢摸索。
那你刚才说的是他们当时的在你是种类，那现在你们的
我现在有50-60种了，50-60种，我试过了有50-60种东西，可是我还是在试新的。
那你怎么说呢？最大的收获是哪一个？
最大的收获应该是我们有人要的那些菜咯，就是lettuce啊，因为lettuce有很多种，那么有人跟我们拿，那么那个菜长大了，我们看到又可以出去，就很高兴咯，这个是最大的收获啦。
好，谢谢。
谢谢你。是要3个月才可以采收。
3个月
OK，因为它这个在外面人家种的是一棵树来的。
多大的棵树？
这树比人还高哦。
但是这个不是一棵树啊，这个
是对。
很矮啊，
然后我
很小。
种大概3个月这个要3个月它就可以采收了。
3个月就可以采收，但是3个月蛮长的时间，对吗？
对，可是开始我们都没有说要采来卖嘛，就是开始都是小小的，也不能够卖，那么它就慢慢长大了。然后3个月以后，它就会长得更茂盛。对了，它就不长出去，所以就继续在卖了。
那现在已经买了开始卖了。
有。
OK，这是第一次卖呢，还是现在已经是
很多次了。
这是什么时候开始的？去年还是？
去年开始，其实我们还没有开始卖的时候，我们已经种了。
这样。
Boss, let's take out the 2 stool and take one more shot. Thank you. Thank you guys. Okay, thank you.
Brand, and what we're trying to do is really to create vegetables, produce that Singaporeans can enjoy, and really offer good grade of vegetables where everyone can enjoy at an affordable rate.
Okay, but then how did it come about? You know, we spoke to your mom a little bit, and she's like, okay, she's not a farmer. How did the idea of having to grow vegetables come to your head?
It all comes about from my dad. Actually, packet greens is what my dad left behind. So I'm really here to want to build what he dreams about and what he actually left behind. I want to continue that and really build this brand as a Singapore brand. So we actually were doing solar, and my dad is an inventor. He's a creator, and he's really in the solar industry. He actually brought in this whole manufacturing, and we were doing a lot of the LEDs. So we're thinking because of the what are the opportunities we can look into to use LED lights to do something else. So from the lights, garden lights, solar, another way of thinking of banking energy is really growing vegetables. So from the solar panels where it's kilowatts per hour, now it's like vegetables in kilograms. Yeah.
So if that's the case, then how much does packet beans actually produce on a daily basis? And what are some of the produce that you produce here?
Right. Greens, like what you can see here, we call it a lab size. Because there's so many varieties. But when we look into how much we produce, this small area, which is about 1,008 square feet, we have about 20-30 kg per day. It's not very big, but we're actually in the midst of expansion. So when we expand, the next unit, we are actually expecting 2.5 to 3 times the rate or the yield that we have in the current. But of course, we're not stopping here. We're actually in the midst of thinking to grow even bigger. So we want to look out for a space that's like a 20,000 square feet, where we really can look into really producing in a mass, like the vegetables that we see here in mass production. Yeah, so we're talking about 1 to 2 tons per day. That's where we want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the different types of varieties of vegetables that you actually produce here?
Yeah, so right here, what we have is a lot of salad greens. So salad greens mainly is like lettuce, because when we talk about lettuce, there are like hundreds of varieties. What we have here are like probably 5 to 6 different kinds of lettuce, like colored ones, which is purple red lettuce, romaine, green cross lettuce, we have rosa lettuce, many different types of lettuce. We have some of the curly kale as well, herbs, Asian greens. So it's really like a lot, a whole range of produce.
How much would you say is so you grow lettuce, give me a percentage. So how much of that is the bulk of the production, and what about the rest? Just an idea of the percentage.
Salad greens, it's about probably I would say about 70% what we're growing. Yeah. But with a bigger space, we can actually diversify and really grow much more.
So give me a sense of what are some of the challenges that you face in growing vegetables?
Like for my mom, we are not born farmers. We are not like there's a lot of established farms out there where now there's a second gen of farmers that's rising up. But for us, we are really new in this whole industry. We're taking it a bit of a different. So it's really bringing high tech into growing. So it's more than growing now. It's really like maximizing, optimizing what we have in a small area. How we can actually maximize to a lot of scale. So it really is like having less but getting more. So from that, right, the challenges that we when we first started, it was really testing out, trying out, yeah, and really establishing what we're trying to do here, getting to have more people aware of what they're eating. I think that's really a lot of awareness should go now, and we are in the midst of like doing all that.
Okay, what's the difference between your farming and the local farming? What are some of the major difference, in terms of like scale farming,
Vertical farming.
vertical farming,
Yeah.
as opposed to land farming?
Sure. So for land farming or traditional farming, I would call it, they are very, very much constrained by the weather. Number one is like the sudden rain, too much sunlight, also too much. For us, because we are indoor, we actually have comfort environment for the plants that we have. Yeah, so they are in the best condition they can be in. Like even when sometimes we'll on music for them. Yeah, so that actually like we try to think as a plant, right? So we are giving in the indoor space what we can give, like children, like children. So in the outdoor environment, like for Singapore context, haze is one of the things that fits. But for indoor, like even in an aircon environment, so it's comfortable growing. So yeah, that's really, and because it's an indoor controlled environment, we can actually let our plants, right, or produce go to the optimization.
Okay. And why is it important that Singaporeans, are aware of buying local and supporting local?
Okay, because for local produce, actually there's not much local produce. So we need to grow this, yeah, because 80% or even more, 80 to 90% of our food supplies here are mainly import. Yeah. And because of that, right, and there's a lot of food scarce recently. So it's really quite scary, like where your food comes from, where are your food source. I think this is a very important point where we really need to look into. So local produce, like for us, we know how we are doing it. So that's why we are very confident in how the vegetables grow up to be. And for Singapore, to really do your maths, right, there's not enough. There's not enough local produce. Or well, not even Singaporeans, but all who are living in this island, they have. So we need to really build what Singaporeans need to enjoy. So we have to support local. And like just like our new water, like Singapore government has already like looked into that, research invested a lot on that. So it was really a breakthrough where seawater is converted to drinking water. So I think now it's time to really invest and look into how we can be self-sustained in agriculture. Yeah. So that we can really have our own brand. And when there's a crisis, you do not need to be worried, hey, there's not enough for everyone. Yeah. But with all this said, we really need the support from the government to achieve growing in an economic, safe, and nutritious output that we have on our table. And we really cannot take for granted what we put in our mouth, because a lot of times when there's a food on the table, we just put it in our mouth. But we forget to really deep dive into where does this food come from? Where does this food source come from? How is it grown? How is it being produced? So when you actually deep dive into that, it's actually quite scary. So when we actually grow it here, local, when we are self-sustained, we are confident of how we are growing our vegetables. So we need to support local. Yeah.
Okay.
And
You ready? Okay, rolling.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is red.
This is red. This is purple one.
This is the smaller version of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, also the same.
So more lettuce.
Yeah, more lettuce. Small, bigger.
Okay, so what kind of lettuce is this?
This is a puff lettuce.
Okay.
So we use this in our food juice.
Oh, so the one that we had just now that you buy. Oh, okay.
Together with kale.
So this is the same one, it's just that this is bigger, this is smaller.
Correct.
And what size do you then say, okay, this is the right size for us?
It's to go a bit more bigger. Probably like 8 inches.
And how long will that take?
That is like roughly 30.
Same.
You can see that's roughly 30, but